We got to look at them, but we had two bills. Oh yeah, thank you, Katie. Sorry about that. Let's try to do the official thing. Good morning, everyone. It is the 16th of March in 2024, day before St. Patrick's Day. We're going to have, hopefully, St. Patrick's Day will be home tomorrow. We have two bills to take up. They are bills that were put before us quite a while ago. The first one that we're going to deal with deals with a bill that requested that we require that students get dental checkup before they enter school. There's a similar regulation for physical, and the bill is structured somewhat similarly. It's a new idea, and we were kind of concerned that we needed to feel it out, what sort of impact this would have on families that had trouble getting dental care. They had it built in that, if you didn't get it, you couldn't be denied coming to school, but still would place a lot of pressure. So for now, we have pulled the back somewhat and struck a lot of the bill. The main thing it says now is that the department, meaning State Department of Education, will support and facilitate each county board in publishing information on financially accessible dental health available in the county, in their student handbooks, and on their local school system website. So it help people find dental care. We're all going to put something in about stressing the value of dental care, but my esteemed analyst tells me that a lot of that is already in code, and so we didn't need to put that in there. And so that really, I think, is the entirety of the amendment, that the bill is generally struck, except for that some existing language exists around it, but that's it. Elliot Fair, ask a question.
Move favorable on the amendments, Mr.
That's
Chair.
a good question to ask.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the amendment? All right, then all in favor. Let's go this way because I feel this. Let's move on the bill with these amendments and see if anyone objects. All in favor of the bill with the amendment, please raise your hands. And that is all of us. Okay, so that's gone. Thank you, Chow. And now the other bill is an AI bill. Our colleague in Ways and Means, Delegate Young, brought forth a bill. He's very interested in AI, as we know. He almost never stops talking about it, and I like that about him. His enthusiasm is appreciated. Again, there is a big effort being made for AI. The governor has something, and at HGO they're working something. And so this is specific to schools, and so we didn't want it to get in the way or muddy the waters on that one. And the sponsor knows that. So he struck the bill and put in some uncodified language, which mirrored the language that he had defining what AI is and how it works. And then it simply says that State Department of Education will conduct a comprehensive study of the potential uses of artificial intelligence in public schools. The department study shall evaluate best practice for safe, responsible, ethical uses of artificial intelligence, including practices to protect personal information of students and school personnel. They have to report to us by December 1 of 2025, and then the State Department shall adopt regulations by June 1st of 2026. As I said, it's uncodified, it's just instructions, and that's the amendment to the bill. Is there any discussion about it?
So the whole rest of I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Delegate Miller. Yeah, it's Saturday.
So the whole rest of the bill is struck. I'm sorry, I apologize,
yes.
Chair.
The whole rest of the bill is struck, and there's just some uncodified language at the end. Some of the uncodified language, as I said, mirrored what was in the bill, but we didn't want to put it in code as there is some real code being written.
Okay.
Good. Delegate Will?
Perfect, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So one question about you said adapt regulation. What does that mean in the future?
Well, hopefully, if their report is comprehensive, we'll find out what that means. We'll have availability of the report. Certainly can weigh in, and if we like, we can pass laws telling them. But generally, I believe we'll be looking at regulations on use, safe use, where it can be used in classrooms. I mean, one of the things about AI that I think all of us stress is that it's like any other technology. We can be afraid of it, or we can take a hold of it. Online with me is my chief of staff, who tells me that her daughter had an assignment to go home and ask AI what Lincoln would have said to this question, and then come in and report and then say, do you think that AI was correct? Do you agree that this is what Lincoln would have said about something like that? And that's a very good use of AI, and so I think, because it gives them, in this case, she had a foundational spot to kind of say, this is kind of like just an idea of what to work off of in this case and debate that. So, so I think they'll have regulations about how it can be used in the classroom, but also regulations about how schools allow kids to access it, you know, and probably maybe some guardrails that they can put up. I don't really understand what guardrails we can put on AI.
So, okay, I think there are two parts, right? One part is about how students had to be involved with AI. The other part is the school system, when they have the operation, they actually use AI a lot. One example, if we use Zoom, right? When we do the translation, actually we're using AI, right? Or when we do the like imaging, anything related like computer, anything online, probably AI will involve. I don't want to create a situation. We have regulations, then the school couldn't really either unfounded mandate or they're too narrow or too broad. If too broad, it doesn't really, there's no need. If too narrow, then the school couldn't really work on that, right? So I just hope we have some language there, make sure it's a reasonable definition, somewhere regulation.
Or I don't know, Alistair, we don't have to have this right away.
Yeah, just my concern. But
I'm looking at
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, take it away. I'm looking, bringing the bill back up on my device here.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say that there is a pretty good definition of artificial intelligence here and what personal information is. The study that the Department of Education has to do also includes the use by faculty and staff. And as the chair said, the way the bill is structured now, you guys would get a report by December 1 of 2025, and the regulations would be adopted 6 months later. So you would have time to weigh in if you thought they were going in the wrong direction or something like that. But you could.
There's one aspect, it's not stop and stand, right? It's a business. School is a business as well, right? So, for example, when they do hiring, that actually they will use AI, make some decisions, do like pre-screening of the resume, right? So, do we consider that part of this research or?
Yes,
or
I think that would be a part of the comprehensive study that the State Department of Ed would do.
I see. Okay.
And so no decisions are going to be made for about 1.5 years here, or a little less than that. And so the thing to do, and it's tough, is to keep an eye out for the report. Sometimes reports come and, you know, there's not a lot of fanfare around them when they show up. So given your interest, I would put your staff on keeping an eye out for this report when it comes out on, date is supposed to come out on December 1st, 2025. So they've got a while. Okay, to work on this. Actually, we give them 1.5 years just to do the study. It looks like so generous, and you know, so I would just keep your ear to the ground. We're not going to pass anything. There's going to be things in other parts. HCO is going to come out with something, and I think the governor's office on artificial intelligence is helping to guide that a bit. So and that's why this bill actually just focuses on the State Department of Education, because otherwise we've been pretty far out of our lane on this one. All right.
Thank you.
Yep. On the amendments, which will, yes, Delegate Fair.
Move the amendments, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Second.
On the amendment, all the amendments, everyone in favor, raise your hands, please. Okay, and that carries. On the bill as amended.
Move favorable.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. On the bill as amended, any further discussion? Seeing none, raise your hand if you're in favor of a favorable motion on it. Thank you all very much. 9 o'clock. I could have probably waited a couple more minutes before I brought you in, but nonetheless, thank you all for being here. It was a split decision. Do I make everybody stay and do it afterwards, or did I wake you up a little this morning? I don't know if I made the best decision, but I made it. See you all later.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Can you have me as affirmative on the first bill?
Yes, we